the Maker Pen Makeover Edition update is here. And as far as I can tell, it is the worst received update in Rec Room. Apart from the, where they update the recommended, disclaimers. But I am going to show you 5 reasons why the new Maker Pen menu is not that bad. Reason number 1. This is only the first iteration of the menu. They're not done updating this. They don't know what people like yet. So they're just gonna take your feedback. As long as you have feedback other than make legacy mode. Reason number 2. The new menu has the potential for so many more features. They've already added a new feature, and it's called swatches. So if I bring out the palette, swatches. You can save coloring. I can make a tube like this, and I can just click that, make another tube like that. Reason number 3, you can tear off the palette. You can pop out the palette. Everyone is screaming at Rec Room for having the palette in a little thingy inside the Maker Pen. There's this cool little button just underneath it that lets you pop it out. You can move it, rotate it to your heart's desire. You can just click it. If you click it physically, it'll move. If you do here, it'll rotate. And if you're close enough, it'll do both. That's all you need to do. Just pop out the palette. So I can just put it to my left. Boom. I can select my tool, select what I want to draw. Done. Number 4. It's not that hard to get used to. It only takes like an hour or so of creating. Maybe less. Number 5. RR UI, aka the 2D UI, has more potential for UI features. So, let me explain. So, I'm gonna just, pop out the palette and just use that as an example of what I mean. So, RR UI, or the 2D UI, I'll just call it that, can do so much more than the old 3D UI can. For instance, scroll bars. The 3D UI could not do scroll bars. And, in fact, the 3D UI was kind of inconvenient, having to constantly click the next page button to find what you want. Here, you can just, there's some categories. So let's say I want, player. So I'll just scroll down. Math, networking, physics, player. There we go, right there. I have all the player things. Also, if you like the old searching system, it still exists. Just search Circuits V2. There you go. You got all the categories. So I'm going to end this off by telling you about a post on Reddit that Gribbly made. Someone made a post on Reddit just venting their hate about the devs of Rec Room. And Gribbly actually responded. If you don't know, Gribbly's one of the creators of Rec Room. Gribbly responded saying why they can't make a legacy mode. And as a programmer, I approve of what he says. So, basically, there's 2 parts. Can't really do 2 with my hands. There's 2 parts to a UI. The first part is the actual part you see, which is the layout, where the buttons are, blah blah blah. And then there's the second part, which is the programming behind it. So the create button normally does nothing, unless there's code to check when you press the create button, right? So, there's code like that, and they cannot just combine, like, they're not just different visual UIs, they're completely different code systems. So they can't combine the code systems together. And if they made it where they could, they're phasing out the old UI. So making it where they could would end up being a huge waste of time. Because then there would be a bunch of extra unnecessary leftover code after that. So, thanks for watching. Get used to the Maker Pen menu, because it's not getting a legacy mode. Stay hydrated.